Okay, so we're on page 51 and we're going to do the debtors ledger. Now, what is a debtors ledger? A debtors ledger is where we show each individual debtors all the details on his or her specific account. So all the transactions done with Lionman will be shown in this specific account. All the transactions with CMU will be shown here, and with Olifant will be shown here. Okay, so let's do Leon Lionman first. Okay, so Leon Lionman is a debtor, is debtor number D1. So what we should do, we should look for the name of Leon Lionman in the specific journals that pertains to debtors. Okay, so the first journal, I see Leon Lionman on the 11th. Then I see Leon Lionman, and that's in the DJ, and I also see his name in the CRJ, and it's T1, and there is amount 8750 in the debtors control. Remember, you only write things in the debtors ledger that has to do with debtors and the specific debtor that you are doing at the moment. Okay, so the first transaction was the 11th and the second one was the 17th. So we must do it in number order, but we must also remember that there was an opening balance at the beginning of the month. So we're doing the month of June, and the beginning of the month, Leon Lionman's account was 8750. Okay, so to be able to do the debtors ledger, okay, so to be able to do the debtors ledger, I must write down the opening balance. So on the first balance brought down, write that in folio, and it's 8750 that Leon Lionman owed us. Okay, so the second transaction was on the 11th and the last one on the 17th in that number order. So on the 11th it was in the DJ. So I'm going to go to the DJ on the 11th, and you will see over here 11th source document number 78. Now if it's in the debtors journal, the source document is an invoice. So here I see Leon Lionman's name, and what was the amount that we sold, the price that we sold it to him for. It was 14,400. So automatically think about it that your account must become more, or the account of Mr. Lionman must become more by 14,400. Okay, so he owed 8750, and now we must decide, do we put it on the debit or credit side? Remember, this is a debtor. Debtors is assets, and assets become more on the debit side and less on the credit side. So I put it on the debit side. So 8750 plus the 14,400 will give me 23,150 that he owes after he did this transaction on the 11th. So the next thing that we need to look at is on the 17th, okay, where I see Leon Lionman's name, and on the 17th 8750, and he in the CRJ he is paying back his account, so the account must become less by 8750. Remember, we're doing the debtors ledger, so I'm going to take the 8750 in the debtors ledger over here, or the debtors control account in the CRJ, which shows it's a debtor that is paying. So if I go to his account now, it's a receipt in the CRJ when he pays me. CRJ is a journal, okay, and it makes the asset less because he's paying me back, so the amount that he owes me becomes less, and it becomes, assets become less on the credit side. So now I will put it on the credit side there, and I would say 23,150 was what he owed minus the 8750, and now we will owe only 14,400. Okay, so that was the Leon Lionman's account in the debtors ledger of Mayani Traders.